Well, welcome back, Blade fans. This old sword's with you once again. And we've got a new Kizer knife on the table today, one that has been very popular for just about everybody that sees it, everybody that owns it. It is a design by Jonathan Stiles, and he has designed some other knives, notably some fixed blades for Kizer. This is called the Militaw. Just hit my reflector there. This is the Militaw, and I understand it is named after a hummingbird, but good luck finding any information on that. I only saw a YouTube video on people pronouncing it, and I think it's Militaw, but somehow it is a genus of hummingbird. I was going to say butterfly. And this blade, according to Kizer, was designed by Jonathan to emulate, look like the wing of that particular hummingbird. Sorry, folks, that's all I got as far as background goes. But let's look at it as a knife, and let's back out a little bit so we can. It is a frame-locking folder. We could call it a bolster lock, right? Because the lock is just in the bolster area and goes underneath. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, because we do have the overlays, really nice, call them inlays, overlays of gray-black micarta. And it's a beautiful micarta. It gives the whole knife a beautiful look. It is smooth as silk. It's got a very cool looking clip that's almost completely deep carry, and it does go pretty smoothly in and out of the pocket, although it's a little nubby there, but the contact isn't bad, and it's got some flex. Titanium clips are tough sometimes when they are not designed correctly. This one hasn't been in and out of the pocket that much. Let's see. Yeah, it just takes a little shove to get it started, and it's fairly tight. I can't show you my pocket in front of the camera because I'm standing behind the camera. But at any rate, it's wide open in the back with a couple barrel spacers. I don't see any real provision for a lanyard unless you want to loop your lanyard around that one. No hole, but stylistically, it is a beaut. It's got that rectangular squared off look. And the opening method, there's two. One is the hole, and we can flick it out. Let's try that again. Flick it out. And we can roll it out with the thumb. We can front flip it, and I can actually do that on this one because it's got some good jimping. And they give you kind of a corner there, which is nice. And that corner is less than 90 degrees. And you've got that tip right there. You could actually roll this out on a front flip. Beautiful titanium handle, kind of a stone-washed, blasted finish on that. Take a look at the markings on the blade. There is the Stiles Design logo. And there's Kizer. And tucked in the corner there is S35 Vienne. I like what they did here with the inlay. It comes out to this, I don't know what you call it, a protrusion here, so that we get this design with two stripes of titanium there from the frame of the handle with this piece inset, and they do it on both sides, which is a beautiful thing. Very often companies simply make it easy on themselves and do all titanium on this side because it's a little more work to get that inset, that inlay in on both sides. Single screw holds the clip on, feels like it's keyed in there. Screws on the outside. These all appear to be at least a T8. Do I have my set here? Let's see. Wee-haw! Let's see if we can find the T8. out of the bunch here. That's a T10, and that's a T9, and that's a T8. So are they T8s? Well, indeed they are. Nice and snug, by the way. So that's a good thing to know. We're going to measure it up. Why not? I could blast measurements up on the screen without measuring it on camera, but it's so much fun measuring with my arms wrapped around the tripod. 8 inches overall. And give it 3.3 blade. And about 3.4-ish for the edge. I know we don't need to be that exact, but we are sometimes. Millimeters on the blade. Well, something's not working, folks. Let's see. Might be a battery issue. No, something's not working. I think what we're going to do is refer to, take a little break here and come right back, refer to the specs from the company. I'm back with the specs from Kizer, and overall length is 8 inches, as I said. Blade, they're listing it as 335, which is about what I said. S35VN. The blade thickness is 0.12, and that works out to 3 millimeters. And I don't know if we have a handle thickness on here. They call it a frame lock. Handle thickness, well, we can do that with a tape. Let's see if we can sort of fudge it with the tape here. So coming in about, yeah, I'd say exactly 0.5. We can get a weight if my scale's working today. One of those days, what can I say? We can get the weight, which is sub 4 ounces, 3.91. Very nice. So I think that gives us all the specs we were looking for. It was a bit of a struggle, but really great action and really comfortable knife, ergonomically very neutral. So should I want to hold it point down, edge in, I can. Point down, edge out, I can. And under 4 ounces, so it's not quite an ounce per inch, but it's getting fairly close, if that's a thing for you. Now, I did mention that Jonathan Stiles had other designs for Kizer, and I did previously a review on the Elgon, named after a mountain, I understand. He likes the outdoors, so, you know, got the hummingbird, got the mountain, and it's slightly longer, the fixed blade is. But notice the similar handle materials, that very, very nice, call it a canvas micarta. Nicely done, no raggedy edges, and cool Tonto-ish sort of a blade. They did this one in D2, so okay, it is what it is. And comes with a sheath. I don't have the box nearby, but it's either a leather sheath or Kydex. I think it's Kydex. But that's a very nice one. I like Jonathan's designs. If we were to compare this to, say, what have we got that didn't fall off the table? Reptilian. Right on with the Griptilian, pretty much. Griptilian maybe just a skosh bigger. And Rat 1. Rat 1, about an inch longer maybe. About half an inch longer on the blade. somewhere in that vicinity. Feels great in the hand, and it is a handsome little knife. You could call that a gentleman's knife. You could call it a EDC knife. I think it'd be a great EDC knife. We've got some fairly effective jimping there that they brought the blade right up even with the bolster there. So that means that the bolster's not protecting you from the, I don't know if protecting is the right word. It's not shielding this grippiness of the jimping on there. Simple pivots around T8 over there, and hardened steel insert. Wide open construction, as I said. And how about weight relieving? Yeah. Skeletonizing, goes straight through. Yep. And that certainly does contribute to the lightweight of the knife. Hard to get. I missed this on the first round from White Mountain, but I did manage to pick one up when they restocked. And as far as I know, they're restocked now, but I think this is a pretty hot knife in 2023. Look at that drop action. It's getting good reviews from most of the channels out there. Look at that. For a smallish blade, look at that. Just drops right in perfectly, and there's been no tuning on this one whatsoever. That's how it was out of the box. Really nice clip point design with a very even curve. The belly's right about there. Flat high grind, and a nice sort of polished stonewash, if you want to call it that. Kizer does that a lot. It's pretty reflective, as you can see. I like the way they finished the pommel there. Very rectangular with the radiused corners. It's just really a nice looking little knife. MSRP on this is about $160. And of course, you're going to get 10% off at White Mountain if you use my discount code OLDSWORD. Well, be well. Enjoy. Don't forget to give this vid a like if you would, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be back. I've got more stuff waiting in the wings to be reviewed. See you soon.